What up, peeps? Tony Baker here, back with another movie review. This time I'm reviewing F1, the movie. Just in case you was confused on what F1 it was. You're like, no, it's the movie, man. All right? Just so you know, it's not the real F1. Even though you go into the movie theater, we don't want you to think you're going to a real F1 race. So we put the movie in there so you won't be confused. F1 stars Brad Pitt, and it's a story about a veteran racer. He's been out the game, officially out the game for like 30 years. He had an accident back in the day, so now he's pretty much a racer for hire. When you need a racer, you call Sonny Hayes. That's Brad Pitt's character's name. The movie's directed by Joseph Kosinski, he directed Top Gun Maverick. So, another movie star-led flick. Top Gun Maverick blew everyone away. It made over $700 million domestically, over $1.4 billion worldwide. Nobody saw that coming. You was like, oh, a Top Gun sequel this late in the game. We was kind of like, oh, but it looks kind of cool visually. So with him directing this, and you seeing the race car scenes, you're like, oh, let's get some of that Top Gun Maverick visual flair going. This is an Apple TV movie, so they just spending mad money. I think the budget's like over $300 million. That's the budget, man. Buck wild budgets need to be the name of every movie that comes out nowadays, because these budgets are crazy. But Brad Pitt in a race car movie, and race car movies be taking L's at the box office. It's not a guarantee. I feel like the race car movies don't really have a Rocky. They don't really have a Remember the Titans even, or just like, one of those epic sports films that just like made a ton of money. Even though this movie opened with $57 million domestically, over 146 worldwide, that's a good start. It's a good start, but they got a lot more ground to cover if they want to, get in the green. But that's neither here nor there. Now, I will say, this is a spoiler review. So if you don't want to be spoiled, fast forward to the end and see how many saxophones I give it. But listen, don't sit here in the comment section complaining, oh, you're spoiling it. I told you. I'm telling you now. So if you still sit here and you don't fast forward, that's on you. That's on you, man. The movie opens with Brad Pitt in a van. He's living in a van. So he's just like, yeah, man, he's doing his little pull-ups, got his little routine, got his little playing cards. He just be in the van. And they be like, yo, we need you to do this leg on the Daytona race. Now, apparently, they got races that are 24 hours. Listen, I'm going into this movie not knowing a thing about the race car industry. I've heard of NASCAR, I heard of Daytona, I heard of Formula One, but I'm not balls deep in the culture of it as a sport. So I don't know. I know of like famous racers back in the day, Dale Earnhardt Jr. I know Lewis Hamilton. He's an F1 legend now, currently. Probably the highest paid, racer in the world right now. And he's one of the producers on this film. But I know nothing about it. So going into this movie, it's like opening my eyes to like a new world, which is dope. And the visuals are crazy. The cars are extraordinary. So it's just like, yo, I would really like to see how they shot these scenes. And so apparently there's a race that's 24 hours, which is crazy to me. And like, if you go see this race, what are you doing? Do you go, put some hours in, you go home, you come back, or you camping out the whole day as in an event? Like, yo, we camping out, man, 24 hours. Are you that dedicated to do you just stay up the whole 24? Because I know I'm asleep. I'm going to give you a strong 4 hours and be like, man, we having a great time. I'm out. I'm going to wake up, they're going to be cleaning up the track. It's going to be the custodials there cleaning up the seats. So like, who won? So he's a racer for hire, and he ends up helping them win this specific race. And his old friend, his name is Ruben Cervantes, played by Javier Bardem, finds him, is like, yo, man, I own this team. We're in Formula One. We're dead last, and we've been dead last. And I feel like if we don't get a win in this season, they're just, the investors are going to just shut this whole team down. So I need you to come audition for this spare seat for my rookie. We got a hotshot rookie. His name is Joshua Pierce, played by Damson Idris, Snowfall. He wants him to show him the ropes and be a good, partner to him. And the typical cliche, you bringing in the veteran and they resist like, nah, man, I don't do this no more. You know what I'm saying? I'm living in the van. Life is good. I know you still got it in you. Nah, what I'm saying? That was back in that was 30 years ago when me and you was come on, man. You the best of the best, man. I know you still got a taste for it. Yeah, but I'm just out here, look at me, man. I'm living the dream in a random greasy spoon diner, man. I don't Formula One, man. I can't do it, man. Come on, man. Tell me you don't still love this. Tell me you don't still love this. I'll leave right now. You could leave right now, but I know you're gonna do it. Cause that's the movies, man. This is the cliche. You're going to give me resistance, then you're going to look at the plane ticket, and then you're going to be like, all right, cut to me going overseas to join your team. And that's exactly what happens, man. He ends up joining the team. He walks up in his denim. Side note, Brad Pitt looks fantastic, man. Brad Pitt is a movie star. Let's just get it all out on the table right here, right now. In this day and age, we're running out of movie stars. More so, movies are leaning towards, we're going for the theme, the concept, and just the idea of the movie rather than the movie stars. So the movie stars are no longer a box office guarantee. But there are a few movie stars left. Tom Cruise, Denzel Washington, Leonardo DiCaprio, and Brad Pitt. And so, he's great in this. He's just likable. Like, you just like the guy immediately. And Brad Pitt does that a lot in most of his movies. So it's just like, man, I like this guy. Like, I want to hang out with him. He just seems so cool, He reminds me of how he was in Ocean's 11. You remember his character in Ocean's 11? I give him a race car, a van, and the resistance to join the Formula One team. That's him. And so Javier Bardem, the relationship they have is great. Of course, there's friction between him and the rookie, played by Damson Idris. They gotta get through their little thing, which adds great tension to the movie. The team is great. Just seeing how the elements of Formula One work was real eye-opening for me. I was just really interested. Like, in the wardrobe, whoever did the wardrobe for this movie, they did a really good job. Like, Damson Idris's character, the way he dressed, the way his manager, who's also his cousin, dressed, the way his mom, her name is Bernadette in the film, dressed. And they have a great relationship, by the way. The relationship between Joshua and his mother, it was just fantastic. But the wardrobe was just clean and fresh. It looked like money. You know what I'm saying? It looked like they were making money. But, he's a rookie, so he's still trying to put on the image, the cool, the flash. He's trying to, cater to the media and the fans and stuff like that. And Brad Pitt's character is like, yo, man, fuck all that, man. You don't need all that, man. Stop trying to worry about the image. Like, he's not doing the media song and dance anymore. I've been out here, man. I've done this rodeo. So they got that whole young-old dynamic that they have to work through. Carrie Condon, she's like the designer of the cars. That's her role in this. And she has a great chemistry with Brad Pitt as well. Just the whole team element is fire. So they have to work through the rough spots. They have to learn to work together. Styles aren't matching and meshing. And so you see them get through all of these things. And so it's just dope to see the race car footage. And then you always have those moments in these sports movies where it kind of hits the fan. They got a good groove going. And then there's always something that happens where it's just like, oh, man, we shutting down the studio. In this case, somebody gave away the plans because you modified the car. And it wasn't, you went outside the guidelines to modify the car. You went to a place that's not sanctioned. And so, man, this is false. We did everything by the book. You got a saboteur. Somebody forged the documents. Who could forge the documents? And it ended up being one of the guys that's on the board. He was trying to get his own team going because he wanted Javier Bardem's team out so he can start his own team, and he tried to get Sonny Hayes to join. It was just a whole mess. So now the stakes have been raised. And now once Sonny Hayes and Joshua are in a good space, we run into this monkey wrench where he has to leave the team. And so, but Joshua's like, you know what? You're right, man. I just got to put my head down and drive. Yeah. I don't need to impress the people no more, man. I just got to drive, you know what I'm saying? And he's got the team behind him. Now he's a team player because he wasn't really a team player before. Now he's a team player with the pit crew and everybody, and they jogging together, you know what I'm saying? It's just like, yeah, Brad Pitt taught us all of this, you know? Because, of course, in every sports movie, you're going to have the cheesy moments. It's not a sports movie without it. You got to have the little cheese moments where it's just like, yeah, let's lay that little bit of cheddar, a little bit of Parmesan, cliche city. And this movie, you know, is no exception. But it be feeling good. I like a good sports movie, man. I already know what's going to happen. I already know the ebbs and flows. and how it's going to end, pretty much. Seeing them work through all of this and to see the success on the back end, it was dope. It was enjoyable. I was never bored. The core cast between Brad Pitt, Damson Idris, Javier Bardem, Carrie Condon, they just had a good vibe. Like, I really felt like everybody involved was game for the film and par for the course. With that being said, it kind of made me want to go see like a Formula One race because it's just so epic and like the fireworks and the grand scale of it all. It's just like, man, maybe I should just go to one just to see how it feels. I don't know. But that's the beauty of movies, man. They can pull you into a world you had no mindset of. So forget all that, man. You want to know a smooth jazz review of F1, the movie. Well, here it is. Oh, yeah. I'm giving F1, the movie, 4 saxophones out of 5. It's a good summer flick, man. It's entertaining. It's fun. The race car scenes are exciting. And you get a good, we making out hard, so we fall back into the room because we making out so hard. See, what's a movie without that? You know what I'm saying? I don't know if I've ever made out to where I just fell back into the room and just like, oh, my back. Because, you know, if I did fall, I'm gonna just mess up the whole mood. You know what I'm saying? Because I'll be like, my back hit the coat hanger. You know, the little hook with the towel. The towel was on it. You came in hot on the kisses. You gotta throw that in there. You know what I'm saying? You gotta throw that in there. I don't know why they always, because I feel like that same move was done in Days of Thunder with Tom Cruise and Nicole Kidman. And that was also a race movie. It's like, yo, we gonna make a nice little callback to Days of Thunder. When y'all make out, fall back on the wall. I don't know. I might be tripping. But I've definitely seen that several times before. And let me know in the comment section below if you ever made out so hard where y'all just fall back into the room and your back hits the wall. Let me know in the comment section below. All right, peeps, that's my review of F1, the movie. Let me know what you thought of the movie in the comment section below. Also, what are your favorite race movies? Not racial race car movies. I know you got Days of Thunder, you got Rush, you got Driven, you got Ford v Ferrari, which was another good one that I saw. I enjoyed that one. So, you know, I'll put it up there with movies like that. But let me know your favorite race car movies in the comment section below. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And as usual, we out here.